In Nairobi are cashing in on art generated by artificial intelligence. Critics contend that AI diminishes the creative process by replacing human imagination, and some artists worry that technology might replace them. But there remains a genuine interest and thirst for real art. Art lovers gathered at the Feast of Art exhibition at the Village Market in Nairobi, which featured masterpieces of fine art that tell the captivating stories of East Africa's artistic evolution. This an indicator that the human experience of creating art is unique and cannot be replicated by AI.
The Feast of Art, an extravaganza showcasing the evolution of East Africa's modern visual artistry. It explored diverse works from over 50 contemporary artists working on canvas, in stone, wood, glass and more, with collections from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda and beyond, plus rare masterpieces from private and corporate collectors.
Yeah. This piece is quite a historic piece. This is one of the few paintings done by Nani Cross of Kitikela glass, because normally she does the glass work and so on. She painted this in commemoration of Mzee Kenyatta after independence was coming already, but then there was still Mau Mau in the forest, so he managed to convince them to come home. So this is about that.
Osei Kofi came to Kenya in 1981 and immediately set out encouraging the arts. He is a keen collector of East African art and the driving force behind the Feast of Art.
I was Reuters correspondent for many years, covering the whole region, Somalia, Ethiopia, Rwandan genocide and all that. And I always had a passion for art. So at some point I decided to go deeply into art. Now, at the back of my mind, I always wanted to do a story of the genesis of contemporary art in East Africa. And I come in here, the young people don't know the story, that they are sitting on the shoulders of those great creators, the veterans and so on, alive or dead.
One of the most striking works of art showcased here was this portrayal of the post-election violence by Kenyan artist Leonard Ngure.
I saw the post-election and the killing going, so I picked up my phone and I called all the artists that I know and whom I've been working with, and I said, guys, you've got to paint this thing. This young man, Leonard, is what we call artist. He doesn't care about money. He just produces. He painted, then he brought it to me. When I got back to Nairobi from Geneva, I look at it, I said, my goodness, this cannot be shown in Kenya at this time. So I took it, put it in storage. I've never shown it to anybody else until this Feast of Art. So that's the first time it came out, and it was on this wall, the whole thing. And now I think Kenyans are ready to look at an artist's interpretation, even if it's a bit fictionalized, of what happened.
The Feast of Arts also showcased work by Ugandan artist Jack Katarikawe.
There was this lady who had everything. She had a beautiful house, she had wealth, which is expressed. This is Uganda, Kigezi, his home area, everything, but she was barren. So she was not happy.
East Africa's most famed resident artist, celebrated for the images he's poured onto canvas for over 50 years.
Tarikawi was one of the artists who used to work with me, or that I called, and I said, you have to paint this crisis, this tragedy going on in Kenya, the post-election violence. He says, look, Kofi, I do not do violence. I do peace. I do peace. So I will wait. When the whole violence is over, I will paint peace. So Jack, for him, birds in the sky is his rendition of peace. This is history. At the same time, he is, if I want to be a bit more crude, money on the wall. You buy one of these, your children, grandchildren will be thankful. Because Jack, fortunately, has reached that level of where posterity, right? You're talking about the Picassos, the Manets.
Nkiru designs are unique wood signs with eye-catching phrases.
And then also this is kind of what's going on now, Sisindo Tuko. And then because Kenya is
Just hold it nice.
The pieces from this unique collection were also showcased at the Feast of Art.
My name is Caroline Amimo, and my brand is Nkiru Designs. And actually, Nkiru is it's Luo. N means it is, and Kiru is a small, it's kind of like a deep Luo word for a small space. So when I started my wood signs, I was trying to make signs for small spaces. So I came up with the name Nkiru Designs. What happened is, during COVID, everybody was home and everybody wanted their spaces to look nice. So I've always been a creative. So when I started playing around with wood signs, I was making them for friends, but there's a time when somebody said, why don't you try selling your signs there's an art event in Carnival? And I did, and I actually sold out.
AI-produced art has been a topic of considerable debate, both for artists and non-artists.
Everybody has a choice. Like there's some people who will go use AI and go the AI way. There's some people who still want to do the work, use the hands. And everybody's trying to survive. So you find that there's people who'll take work and print it out and then sell it. There are people who prefer that kind of art. There are people who prefer knowing the person who's doing it, the authentic nature. So we cannot stop the world from changing.
But there will always be people who value human art above the works of AI and are willing to pay for it. However, not every artist has access to these kinds of captive audiences.
I would say AI has a place, but it can never, never overtake. Because you can see even the styles and everything, the humanity, the human element will always lack. So those who will create the real art, AI might help them to be able to know how to market it and all that, but it can never overtake real, human, personal art. That's what I believe.
So, what next for the Feast of Art?
I'm hoping the next one will be in Angola, as I said, in Luanda, and then it will come back here in Kenya. Kenya will always be the fulcrum. I will wish both government, corporations, and then individuals of the means to really go out of their way to support art creation, art acquisition, art promotion. This is what I would say. Africa Century also covers so powerfully art.
The Feast of Art, a sensory journey that transcends borders and captures the very essence of East Africa.